Welcome to Warm Coffee and Conversation. I am Bella Rai.
And I'm Bella Rai's mom.
Today, we're going to be sharing some ideas that we jotted down about how to make your home feel like a sanctuary. Would you like to start?
Sure. I feel like a really important thing, obviously, when you're at home, you want to feel comfortable and warm and cozy and safe.
We live currently in a very hot and humid climate, and still warmth and coziness are something that we seek out.
Absolutely. Softness.
Yeah.
And we really enjoy, sitting by the window in the sunshine. That is, has always been one of my favorite things. Even when I worked third shift and would sleep during the day, I would sleep in the sunshine because it's my thing.
Mm-hmm. Let some of the outdoors in. So lots of windows can create a warm, cozy space. What else?
I find a happy home is a home that's easy to clean. That doesn't have a lot of clutter and things you have to move around to clean around here again, being in a tropical environment, we have geckos that live in the house that don't go outside to use the bathroom. So
they will go right in your teacup and laugh about it.
Yeah.
And we love them.
Yep. Having everything flipped over is really important. Also, just not having to move a bunch of stuff to clean up their mess. I mean, bless their hearts, they're eating all the other bugs and things. So, and they're really cute. It's always so exciting when you look around and you're like, I see you, and they're like, you see me, and then they run. But it's awesome. Or when you find little eggs around, or you see little guys, little newborns, and you're like, oh, where did you even come from? This place was clean.
Yeah. Oh my God, Reed.
But they find a way.
So also using a lot of more eco-friendly cleaning products for us, because then we're not finding a lot of dead geckos, and even the insects or spiders that we find, we can just pick them up and bring them back outside.
Mm-hmm.
So at least for us, part of having a warmer home and sanctuary is not finding little crispy deceased bodies everywhere, but live, happy, bouncing bodies that we can just plop right back outside, and they can bounce happily away into the sunset.
And that's something that makes your home happy too, is knowing that these little beings feel safe in it, and kind of promoting that safety by not murdering them, because you don't want to bring that into your home. And, making your best effort. Obviously, there's times accidents happen, or, whatever. You can't save everybody. But to trying to make a conscious effort to get them outside and into the world where they are better suited to than in here. Because a lot of times, when the frogs get in here and it's dry, they don't have the moisture of the dew during the night to keep them hydrated, and then you find a little crispy dude on the ground, and we have stuck them in a little soda, depending on their size, a little thing of water, and they do rehydrate, and then once they're rehydrated, they can go back outside and live the life that they're supposed to live outside in nature. So, but that's always nice to see too, when you can save them. I mean, there was that last one we thought that was a goner, but man, took a couple hours, but fattened right back up again.
Went from raisin to plump, crispy grape.
That's right, out the door with you. So, and that's really nice. It's a good feeling, and that brings joy and pride into our lives and our home, which is important.
Yeah, if you ever want to feel like Mother Nature or Father Time, caring for your family in your home, as well as your woodland friends that happen upon. I also, something that brings me a lot of feeling of sanctuary is customizing the spaces that I'm in. I love everything to feel intentional. If I use a certain color here, I'd like it to have a meaning. And that can get overwhelming sometimes, so I started experimenting with customization where the only meaning is that it brings joy. Like, I hung up some sun catchers, and for them to hang low enough to reach the window, I just attached a bunch of safety pins, like monkeys in a barrel. And I put some beads on the safety pin, and so much of my brain felt stressed, like, I want each of these beads to have a meaning, and I decided that the meaning could be that they bring me joy.
I love that.
Thank you. Although the sun catcher itself, like, is like chock full of meaning and stuff, so we can be both, like, having very full spaces, very philosophically derived reasons for everything, but also leaving some blank space on the wall, like having areas with less stimulation, but make sure that when there is a lot of stimulation, it's something that brings you a lot of joy. Me and Mom have a illustrious collection of stuffed animal friends, and they sit above my dresser, and we just call it Mount Cuddle. And there are a lot of babes up there from Mom's childhood and mine, but they're very important, they're very sweet, and even though Mount Cuddle is quite a pile, it's a very, like, good type of stimulation to see.
And that goes along with, you want your space, maybe not your entire home, or maybe your entire home, but you want to be feeding your inner child. Like, this fable about an adult is a different person than the child is wrong. As far as I'm concerned, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I feel that you are still that child within, and that child has been trained to be suppressed, and that drains the joy from your life because somehow you're shamed for being in love with what you were in love with when you were younger. And I can tell you, at my age, trying to rediscover and find those little joys from my childhood has been difficult, for one, because I kind of feel like I don't know who I am anymore. But then just some things, like, I look around and I'm like, oh, the decorations, and I'm like, wow, I have a My Little Pony over there. That's from my childhood. Like, and, you know, I used to be in love with dragons and castles and magic, and we have salt lamps all around the house, and I have, you know, little figurines and things, and there's dragons, and there's crystal trees, and all just crystals everywhere, and that is magic. Like, it brings magic into your home, and it makes my heart happy to see it, and I don't care anymore when people come over and what they think, because they're seeing who I am. And that's a good judgment, you know, what they think of that when they see who you are, and if they're going to judge you, or if they're going to be like, oh my God, that's so cool. You never know who you're inspiring.
Very true.
And that's my uniqueness, and I'm constantly searching for more of it.
Okay, sorry. And for your point of young humans and older humans all wanting to have play and special interests and things, a lot of animals play even when they're adults. Like, elephants go sliding down muddy terrain, crows hop through snow or pick at the tails of wolves. Wolves just play all the time. Little chaos gremlins, I love them. Like, I think that there's something very magical and very freeing about being able to be playful, and having a sanctuary, I hope that it feels like somewhere you can take off the heavy coat of adulthood and enjoy life a little bit even as an adult. Like, filing taxes is, like, cool and adultish and all, but, like, filing taxes while drinking out of your Sailor Moon cup, like, that's also adulting. That's also super cool. Like,
you're in your own home. Like, no one has to know. If you're worried about what people are going to think, no one has to know. This is your life. You need to do what makes you happy in your life.
The only time that our neighbors know what's going on is I love to fill my home as a sanctuary with song. So my neighbors have definitely heard me attempting my very best, like Little Mermaid and Aurora, and maybe even hearing the slip slap of my feet on our tile floor when dancing to the nonsense song from Snow White. I'm no Tiana, but I love her almost there. I do my very best to power belt that out. And even when it's imperfect, and I definitely need to drink more water and yawn before I start singing so that I warm up my vocal cords. It's about the fun and it's about the joy and the freedom as well. Like, that's what a sanctuary is, where you can be allowed to explore who you are. So, kind of going off of that note, feel free to rearrange your house as often as possible. Mm-hmm. Like, if you feel like all of your Disney princess merch needs to go in the bathroom because it's a throne room, that's cool. But then if you decide you can't take a poop because Bella's staring into your soul, that's okay to rearrange it again. Like, you can change the layout of your home as often as you would like.
And that goes with color too. Like, we just redid your bedroom, and changed the color drastically and what a difference in the feeling. And that's something too, like white, I get it. Like, white is clean, white looks very crisp, but white doesn't have a lot of personality. So even if you like a really clean, I mean, this blue in here looks very clean and it's just so gorgeous. It really, I didn't expect it to be, because it wouldn't have been what I like softer colors, but color for sure. And this is just, it's really nice. It's really comfortable in here.
We almost fell asleep before recording this podcast.
We were having some fun.
But we wanted to help you know how you could make your home a sanctuary, so we had to push through it.
So inspire, and anything that inspires you, whether it's a theme, a layout, colors, and mixing colors. Like, I mean, this room before, it definitely wasn't my color scheme that I would ever use, but it made somebody happy, and every wall was a different color. Mm-hmm. And, that brought somebody joy, and that's all that matters in this world is, feeling happy and feeling like you have control of your environment.
And I want everybody to be able to afford the joys that make them happy. So for some affordable paint ideas, a lot of people, like even to stores like Home Depot or Lowe's or Comex or Sherwin-Williams, like if they don't like a paint color, they will return gallons of paint. Mm-hmm. And then the store can resell it at a discount. So that is a great way to like explore color choices that you may not normally go with. Yeah. At a way more affordable price. Also, they give you samples. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of times you can buy just like mini samples to explore in an affordable way. Like, would I like this or not? And paint chips are always free.
Yep. And also, I mean, just getting a smaller can of paint. And, if you just have a white wall or a single color wall and you want to add change, color, like paint the corners or paint, just outline everything. Like when he colors, he outlines everything in dark and colors the inside lighter. Like, you could do that to your room.
That would be so fun.
Yeah, I'm just kind of imagining it right now. That's really cool. Yeah. Like, there's no end to the possibilities. Or you can just even like paint the door or paint the door frame around the door. And just to add a little something. Mm-hmm. Just paint, around the window or paint a mural if you've got that kind of talent, or even if you don't, heck with it. It's your room.
For real.
Like, there's plenty of stencils out there. You can just make a stencil yourself, and that way, if it doesn't come out exactly right, you can just make it again.
Print it at the library for 5 cents and cut it out at home.
And, you can, all kinds of options. And also with the ceiling, like, you don't have to just have a plain old ceiling. When you're growing up, your ceiling, we made it the sky. Yeah. And it was blue with clouds. Like,
do you want to talk really quick about how you did that? Because that's a really sweet way to bring nature, warmth, and magic, all things that we've talked about today, into the home. And I know that growing up, I loved looking up at it. Except a cloud that looked like a bunny. That scared me. But the rest were awesome.
Well, and that was our first attempt at doing something like that.
Oh, it went great.
Back when when you were younger and the internet really wasn't as much of a thing, if it was at all. I don't know how I even heard about it, but yeah, we just painted the ceiling blue and then took a sponge. And there's no rhyme or reason to clouds. They can look like anything. And so we just did some sponging on the ceiling, and it was It was really cool.
And then when my parents were not upstairs, I took my clothes hamper and butterfly stickers, and I stood on top of my clothes hamper and I jumped to the ceiling and slapped those butterfly stickers on the ceiling, and then brought my parents up.
That was super creative. But even, when you shut the lights off at night, you could get like stars, like glow-in-the-dark star stickers or glow-in-the-dark paint, and make a solar, or stickers make a solar system or something like that. So during the day you have the blue sky with clouds, but then at night, when you turn off the lights, you can have the solar system above you and all over your room if you want.
I love that.
You could be surrounded by the galaxy, and that is a really cool idea. And I've heard of people also like tacking a sheet to the ceiling, and you can like tie-dye a sheet or do something cool with different color sheets or whatever. It's your house is your sanctuary, and like do what you want with it, and it just doesn't have to be your bedroom. Your whole house could have a galaxy on the ceiling.
It really could. I heard
you painted that like black hole on your wall.
I did.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, when I couldn't sleep. I wish I had pictures of it to show you guys maybe someday. But yeah, I just started painting swirls and spirals, and this, I don't know mathematically if it will be more affordable and how many coats are needed or primers involved, but I was painting an entire section of my wall into like this mural with just like Dollar Tree paint, and it was coming out so good. Like, I did not need. And then I also just saved calendars and calendar pages that I liked. I tacked into my drywall in a checkerboard pattern along the longest wall in my room. So it felt like really playful, really fun, and it was technically free because those calendars would have just gotten thrown away. So it was a little eco-friendly, it was super cute.
And then your floor.
I wanted to paint my entire floor black, and I was too nervous to tell my parents why. So then one day when they weren't home, I took those mini paint samplers that they were telling you guys about before, and I splatter painted my black floor with orange, green, and blue, my 3 favorite colors.
It looks so cool.
It was so much fun. Like, oh my god, yes, the black floor with the splatter paint. It felt so fun walking around in there. And then, like, my walls were really, like, dentist office light green. So it was just a wonderful contrast.
So that's that. And then also there was naming your home or naming your rooms.
Yeah.
That's more something you came up with. So I'll let you speak on that. But
well, kind of like in The Hobbit, when Bilbo is saved by his sword enough times and he decides a proper sword needs a proper name, our homes shelter us. They're our base camp. They are what protects us and rejuvenates us before we go out into the world, or even while we stay home and we shape our lives. Some of our most tumultuous, difficult, and happiest times, all of our home has seen and lived through with us. And whether or not you believe that the house has a spirit, it definitely has existed around all of our changes and journeys. And some people's homes watch them grow up. Some people's homes are just there for a brief moment. And they all end up being part of our story at the end. Like, oh, remember when we lived here and there was the pizza place right down the road? Or, like, they kind of become part of us. Where we live is very important. So we decided to name this home Solace, where we are at right now, because she is our safety, she is our comfort. And that doesn't mean that she is very perfect. I don't think things have to be perfect for them to be loved or to be a sanctuary.
And it's always a work in progress, because this was somebody's home before, and they had their personality and they had their level of care for it, and they did leave it for a while, and there was a temporary residents that were just kind of placeholders that didn't really put anything into her at all. So there's a lot of we believe a lot of that energy that's kind of sticking around. So we're slowly but surely changing things and painting things and loving things.
Yeah, loving her back into health.
Yeah. And it makes a difference. And the salt lamps, honestly, definitely bring peace to a home. That is one of my cornerstone things. We have 11 salt lamps in this house, And this house could use a lot more of them.
Yeah.
They change the ions in the air, and you can feel it. It takes time for them to work because they're nature, and nature isn't just instant. But even just looking at them, like, it's so peaceful, and they really bring nice energy into a home. So, you know, we're working with what we got and what's here.
Definitely.
We're very happy here, and we want to, you know, transform this place so we feel completely home.
Yeah. And just to share a little bit, because she is currently named Solace, and she is currently our sanctuary, but she has a lot of boo-boos to be loved through from the past families, and that's life for you.
That's life.
But I just want you to know that your solace, your home, your sanctuary, it does not have to be perfect. Like, a lot of our sinks leak and they get drippy. When we first moved in, like the second day we were here, the water heater caught fire because it wasn't maintained. Like, the AC unit was leaking on the floor every time it rained. Like, some of the tiles broken. Like, she definitely has little things about her, and I don't want you to think you have to have a mansion for it to be your solace, or all the plumbing has to be constantly working. Like, there is no perfection in life, and sadly that even means in the home. And if we try to have... That's Mom petting Daisy, by the way. I think that... What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that, like, nothing in life is going to be perfect, and if the absence of struggle is the only way that we can find peace, then it's not real peace. Like, your home can always be a sanctuary as long as you make it your home.
Yes. And it's, you know, there's always going to be problems, just like with life. There's always, I think you said, there's always something, but you'll get through it. And, you know, it's always a work in progress. I want to say, like, a house is like a boat, right? There's always, it's like there's always something to do.
And if any of you guys are living on a houseboat, then your boat is like a house.
That's right. Like, it's, you know, we've just got to be happy. Everybody just deserves to be happy and deserves to be themselves and deserve comfort and whatever that means for you. I want that for you.
Yes, please.
And don't worry about anyone wants to come over and judge you, then they don't need to come over again. Like, your home is your safety.
Your Dragon Ball Z figurines don't deserve that disrespect, and you know it.
That's right.
Your clown car shelf does not deserve that disrespect, and we know it. Like, whatever quirkiness that you have, your banana peel-shaped stools don't deserve that disrespect, and we all know it.
But you can send us a picture.
See, we want to celebrate. Yeah.
I celebrate that kind of... I like the fun, unique things. And even if I didn't, I love it for you if you love it.
Your driftwood shelves that you keep your leather-bound encyclopedia collection on. We love that. Or, oh my god, that just sounds like it smells amazing, honestly.
Well, that was another thing. Like, the smell of your house, right? So people, like, you know, I was a big candle-burning person for many, 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 many years until we found out how actually toxic that is.
The chain smoker of candles. Like, one after the other.
But, like, I remember my grandparents' house, my dad's parents' house, they always canned food. Like, they had a huge garden, and they just did tons of canning, and she did tons of baking and all kinds. That smell of that house, between, like, the canning spices and of course, you know, probably something spilled on the rug or whatever happened, but it didn't matter. It was just the smell of her house, and I can still smell that smell. And it reminds me of happy times. It reminds me of amazing food and togetherness with family. And That's what a house is about too.
Yes, the people it reminds you of. And like, to be so for real in full disclosure, especially around like the holidays and Father's Day, we would go up to see my grandfather at his house, and this may not sound like a cup of tea for everyone, but the smell of dust and warm beer reminds me of my grandfather.
It's the truth, though. Like, there's just, I mean, I'm sure everybody has a similar someone that, you know, it's not maybe out in life a smell that you'd be like looking for, but then there's like a smell that has a certain fondness to it that you're like, it's not the best smell, but it reminds me of someone that I love.
Yes.
And it's, yeah.
So the smell of your home too, like, definitely. I would want my home to smell like vanilla all the time. And I like to think I do my part in bringing vanilla scent to the world, because that's like the flavor I always go to. Like in my coffee and stuff, I'm always adding vanilla. But probably if people smelt my home, it would smell like
dogs.
Yeah, because they are all over the couches and the beds, and they creep inside of the walls and stare at us while we sleep. Like, they're allowed.
Inside your blankets. What are you talking about in the walls?
Bro.
But that's okay.
Absolutely.
Dogs are loved.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes. Like, they know that they are loved and cherished, and they demand proper respect as well.
So, yeah. So, do whatever you want with your house. Just make sure you make you happy first.
Yes.
However you can do it.
Happy you is a happy house.
That's right.
Like, your house doesn't want to see you miserable and throwing away your arcane figures. I'm sorry, I'm really on the kick of, like, I don't even watch Arcane like that. Or at all, it's very sad. But I just want people to, like, love what they enjoy and, like, not feel bad about it.
Right.
So you put that, what's one of their names? Jinx figure back up near the coffee table. I believe in you.
Puppy does too.
Puppy thinks you should also have your red-haired lady figure too. Vi? Yeah, see, we stand your geekiness. You're welcome here.
Yeah.
Be you, be happy, and have fun.
Have fun. Definitely have fun.
And also, have a wonderful day, evening, and a very good night, depending on when you're watching. Bye!
Bye!